Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Journey to Become Wealthy. My name is Kelvin Reed, and today we saw some green, some beautiful green. Y'all see I got the green shirt. I know it's not the market green, but it's a green shirt nonetheless. Today we had some good news, right? Russia reports pullback of military troops from the Ukraine border. We know we discussed that the reason why the market dropped on last Friday around 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time was because of reports that Russia was trying to invade Ukraine. The U.S. has been working with Russia, and it looks like today we got some good news. Before I get too deep in, y'all take a moment, like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I post videos. All right, Russia says they're pulling back from the Ukraine border. They're pulling troops out, right? Great news, right? Great news. Oil went back down. Tech stocks went back up. Everything seemed to go green again today, right? It was a beautiful day. Beautiful day. A lot of people saw some massive gains. I saw one company I mentioned a while back. I haven't mentioned it in a while, but it was ChargePoint. ChargePoint ran up 13% today. 13% today. On top of the fact that we had the Fed surprise meeting yesterday, and they're actually reporting tomorrow, so we're gonna roll over into that, right? So I'm gonna read this report for y'all. Stock market news live. Stocks rally after Russia reports pullback of military troops. So let's see. Russian President Vladimir Putin said Tuesday he was open to security discussions with the West on negotiating the crisis, but emphasized responses from the United States and NATO members to Moscow's security demands failed to meet Kremlin's requests. President Joe Biden, in a speech on Tuesday, said the United States was prepared no matter what happens. Basically, Biden got up there and said, hey, if you don't pull back, we're going to get them folks some weapons and we're going to let them have at you. They said, we're going to let them have fun. And again, that's not exactly what he said, but that's what I heard. Y'all know how we paraphrase stuff, right? I heard Biden tell him, hey, if you don't pull back and leave Ukraine alone, we're going to help them out, and y'all going to have to deal with the consequences on your own. So I think Putin was like, okay, we're not going to deal with it, war from each side. We don't want to deal with that kind of conflict. That's not to say that they're not going to do it, but right now, people feeling pretty good about the consequences going forward. They're like, all right, these folks ain't playing. We don't want a war. We don't want them to get them folks weapons because then they're going to be able to fight us longer than expected. We want an easy win. And you know how that goes. That's how government is. So oil came back down. Oil and energy companies came back down today. And the rest of the market pushed up. So let's check it out here, right? The S&P 500 was up 1.61%. The Dow was up 1.25%. And the NASDAQ is up a major 2.53%. Beautiful day. Beautiful day for pretty much everything. Even the Russell up 2.76%. It gained a lot more than what we lost since last Friday. So this is great. That's great news as far as we're concerned, right? Great news. Let's check out the 5-day, right? Just something quick. Did my page freeze? Looks like my page might have froze. I'm going to refresh it and see. But we want to check out the 5-day, right? To kind of see what we're hanging on to. And just kind of, it gives us an idea. I guess we froze right there. So I'm gonna go here to Webull and we're going to check out these and see if we can catch the 5-day on these, right? So even on the 5-day, we're showing down on the 5-day, but we're not down much, only by 1.35% compared to where we were at 3% on the 5-day. And that's on the S&P 500. And I want y'all, let me click back in there. I want you to pay attention to this, right? In the aftermarket, down 0.32%, right? In the aftermarket. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see each one of these down in the aftermarket due to the Fed having their speech tomorrow. Again, that's that fear and that uncertainty again. People don't know what the Fed gonna say. They don't want to take too much risk, so they just gonna kind of be careful. So again, right here down 0.23% in the aftermarket. As far as the losses for the 5-day, only down again 1.34% compared to the low side of 3%. 3%, earlier in the week. That's the Dow. Let's check out the NASDAQ. And I'm sure the NASDAQ was down in the aftermarket, but y'all know Webull won't show me the aftermarket for some reason. But again, down 0.48% in the aftermarket. Right now, as of right now. And the low was actually 3.51%. So it made a larger return of gains than the other ones, than the other indexes. And we got Russell right here. Like I said, let's check it out. And it's actually up on the 5-day, right? Up 0.29%. That's great. Now, the perfect scenario for tomorrow would be The Fed, we get their meeting notes, and they tell us, hey, we know inflation went up a little bit more than expected in January. However, we're gonna proceed with the 25 basis point or 0.25% interest rate hike. That would be the ideal move, but we do know that the guy Bullard has been pushing for a 0.50% to a full percent interest rate increase, and that is the worst case scenario, right? They come out and tell us, hey, this is what's happening. We can expect to see these things come back down tomorrow if that word comes out. And again, we already saw everything kind of inching down in the aftermarket hours, but nothing major, right? They're all teetering along. So we can, in my opinion, we can expect to see a little red at least up to the news, and we'll kind of find out what's going on at that point. So you just got to be careful, right? Tomorrow, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how things are going to go. Let's check out the Hang Seng. The Hang Seng is actually up 1.33% according to this. Now, I wanted to bring you guys here so I can show you the NASDAQ actually. It's down 0.36% since we know Webull won't show us. 0.36% in the aftermarket, and it implied to be down $56 in pre-market opening when the opening is in the morning. So it's just something for you guys to look at. I looked at this website and studied it a little bit more since the last time we've been looking at it. I know we've been looking at Webull so we can get live charts, and I kind of like the live charts for you guys to look at so you kind of know how to get in here, do your own technical analysis, look at these graphs, look at the charts, and kind of know what to read and what to expect on the day. And you see these this up and down motion, that's basically when the president was speaking and when we got the news of the pullback from Russia out of Ukraine. So you see the market goes up and down, and each index is pretty much the same. So that's beautiful when you see it. Let's check out our stock market heat map. Stock market heat map. Y'all see everything is beautiful, bright green. Beautiful, bright green. We can take a quick look at everything we're invested in. We know we like some Apple, up 2.31% for today. We got Wells Fargo up 0.92%. Bank of America up 0.78%. Morgan Stanley up 0.84%. Goldman Sachs is up 1.03%. Good stuff. Facebook up 1.52%. Google up 0.80%. Johnson & Johnson up 1.03%. Y'all, I'm taking Pfizer off my list. I think Pfizer is not going to perform well the remainder of this year unless it gets some major news. So I'm going to take it off my list. Same with Moderna. Moderna's extra volatile. Y'all can be careful and trade it how you want to, but I'm leaving it alone as far as something I want to be into. But Johnson & Johnson is going to be one in the healthcare sector that I'm gonna keep on there that I may consider jumping into, and we're gonna keep an eye on it. So it's on our watch list, right? Amazon up 0.87, Baba up 3.54, JD.com 2.26, and it's come back down again. You guys know what it floats around that $70 to $80 range. We gotta love it. Tesla up 5.33%. That's major, right? Cause I just showed you guys this at $8.75 last night, I believe it was. So imagine what the money you would have made if you'd bought an entire, share today. You made good money today, hopefully. But that's up to you. One thing to pay attention to, again, I told you guys the energy sector, oil sector is down. When they say there is no war, oil booms based on news of war, right? Oil booms based on news of war because it takes oil, it takes energy, and all these things to fund these wars in order to fuel them, to get them going. They're down today based on that news that there is nothing going to happen, right? So that's a good thing because look at the rest of the market compared to this one sector. That's a good thing. So we got to be careful. And I know I had actually told you guys on Sunday that I was considering getting into energy and oil on Monday morning, but I did not. I watched and waited because I saw it coming down Monday morning. I watched and waited. I did not jump in anything. I did not go in head first. I just kind of saw where things were going, and it's a good thing that I didn't, right? Because look at it, it's red today. We have our industrial showing some green and some strength. We have basic materials showing some strength and some flatness. Utilities pretty flat but red. Real estate pretty flat but red. And let's go to our consumer defensive. Walmart up 0.31%. Costco up 1.45%. And Target down 0.67%. So everything looked like it did pretty good, pretty flat, pretty green for the majority of the market sector. So that's beautiful. That's what we want to see. PayPal, I forgot to mention PayPal. PayPal 1.17%. Again, that's because it's in my portfolio. I have not told you guys to invest in it, but it was something that I was invested in. I'm actually down pretty heavy on it because of the earnings news. So what I'll be doing with PayPal is I'll be dollar cost averaging over the coming weeks, bringing my average down so that I'm not down so bad. Also, I told you guys that there was news that their CEO and other insiders were buying millions of shares of PayPal. Millions. That's usually news that they know something we don't, right? When they start buying this thing, that means they know something we don't, and they're willing to bet it all on it. They're willing to invest in themselves, so that's always great. So I'm going to continue to dollar cost averaging them. I am not in a hurry to get out. I'm loving it right now, especially if I can get my average down to what it's currently at so I can see more profit. That would be beautiful. Check out our crypto. Bitcoin up 1.01%. Ethereum up 3.85%. Cardano up 1.51%. Terra Luna up 1.26%. Shiba Inu, man. Shiba Inu is holding strong in this 34 zeros and 30 cent range. It's holding strong there, y'all. I'm not sure. Again, I told you guys, I mentioned the other day, it's looking like it's been setting up for some retracement. Much of the market was looking like it was setting up to retrace. And these things are up green today. If I'm really thinking, based on the news we hear from the Fed tomorrow, it can either go really good or it can go kind of bad. I ain't gonna say really bad, but it can go kind of bad. And I'm only saying kind of bad is because there's been nothing but FUD being spread ever since the Fed announced the interest rate hikes. So a lot of this stuff is way oversold without, knowing what percentage or the basis points that the rate hikes are going to be. So, they already priced in pretty heavily, pretty good. So I think these are going to be some new standards, some new lows, or the new valuation prices on these. And if they hold strong, it's beautiful. There may be some panic selling on tomorrow, but it's early in the week. It's Wednesday. So we still have plenty of time on Thursday and Friday to kind of get some returns and make some more money. I was going to do some put options today, but I left it alone. I was chilling out. Again, I like to watch it, especially with news coming, and I don't know how this news is going to go. So I just kind of hung back. We have Mana, Decentraland, up 11.50%. Sandbox up 4.02%. And I think that's all about cryptos that we like kind of just looking at, right? I did not see any other stock market news that I found to be relevant outside of Russia pulling back and the Fed news. So stock futures inch lower after major averages snapped 3-day loser streak, right? Major averages on today, beautiful. But they started to come down. They ran up so high they got to come down a little bit. But again, we got the Fed news meeting minutes or whatever it's called coming out tomorrow. So we got to be wary of that. From Credit Suisse, so I don't see any major news. Nothing that's just really crazy for us to get into. So that's what we have, right? We got the inflation rates and the Feds, and we have Russia invading Ukraine. That's the news we got for this week. We already got one piece of good news. If we get two pieces, y'all can see us running up. If not, then hey, it is what it is. For me, tomorrow I can see us being in the red as far as the first part of the morning, maybe going through or at least flat up until the Fed meeting minutes. Depending on the news, I can see us going one way or the other, so I can't really call it. I want to make sure, again, I put this on y'all mind. The wealthy word of the week is imagination and manifest. You guys make sure you continue to do that. Make sure you work hard. Make sure you work towards your goals. Make sure whatever it is that you're putting in your mind, put some action behind it. Put some action behind your dreams. That's what I consider to be manifesting, right? I don't want to just sit here and think of it in myself. I want to actually put action behind those words. I want to make this stuff real. So make sure you guys are using your imagination and manifesting whatever it is that you want for the year 2022 as far as your financial goals or anything else in your life. Thank you guys for joining me on the journey to become wealthy. Hope y'all have a good night and see y'all tomorrow.